I think it confirmed the message as intent got through our time for the world audiences as well. So it's going to be the testimony for that. Go ahead.
So the very first thing that I saw was actually Port Angeles down on the water where, like, I think the hook is in the background and then there's a cargo ship in the front, but right in between land and where the cargo ship is in the back, like an underwater tornado. I don't know if that's called something specific, but it starts to whirl around and ends up in this huge like hole, this chasm underwater. And then I started to see the boxes that are on the cargo ship, the containers, being lifted off of the cargo ship and like almost cracked open like an egg, and their contents shaken out and gone into this hole. And the items that were in this place were very much responding like a tornado would. You know, they get sucked into it and wrapped up and things are flying all over the place. I saw three things in this tornado. I saw these boxes being opened, cracked like eggs. I saw delivery trucks, and I saw ambulances. And the ambulance, it zoomed in on what happens to this ambulance, and it's very specific. The door swings open, and the airbag employs, and it gets huge, and then it pops. And then the rearview mirror rips off, and then the door rips off. And then the top of the front, where the engine is at, opens, and the engine comes out and comes apart and goes into bits. So that's the first thing that I saw. And then the second thing I saw, the vision goes into a living room, a home. And I see this bookshelf on the wall, and it's an open shelf, sort of like the one that we have here. And then the one that we have here has like books displayed on it, like they're just for looks. But on this shelf, the books that were there were being used to hold the shelf up. And this shelf surrounded these shelves were around the entire back. I can see this living room like I've been there before. I've never ever been here before. Anyway, it covers all three walls. And the books start to fall off of the shelves and fall to the ground. And so the shelves fall off. So like almost like a domino effect, completely around it. And all the books are falling all the way around the room. And then as it turns, I can see there's like a couch in the middle. It's like a cozy living room. There's a couch here in the middle. It's even green, I can see it. And the fireplace up here, and it's black. And then there's this huge screen TV on the wall above it. And after all the books come tumbling down, you see this big screen TV, and the screen TV starts to shatter. But as it's shattering, it's coming forward and it's taking its place on the couch. And it's wrapped in Christmas lights. And then two things happen at this point. I don't know exactly I can't really remember what happened first. But I could see as the TV was positioning itself in the receiving end of where it usually is. Usually the TV's on the wall, and this time it's now seated and wrapped in Christmas lights. Those Christmas lights are now on the wall into the kitchen. So it's obviously a home, and these items are now growing onto the wall. But again, I don't know how this takes place. In the transition from the TV coming off the wall and putting itself on the couch, something happens that the Lord wanted me to see before it took that position. And what happened was the TV came off of like a coat. This was like a coat. It came off of a beast like a coat. So the beast took off the TV like a coat and had a knife and began to cut the house in half. And then it went there. But it happened separately, out of order, just to kind of, I think, just show me what.
You wanted there.
And so that was the second part, or was that the third part? That was the second part. And then a third part started, but I couldn't finish it.
Because that's a meaningful part. That's God's work part.
Yeah, it seemed a little bit more pure than the other ones.
Yeah.
It starts by, I sort of am looking up at it, and I can see clear blue sky. And I see maybe three women that were once made of stone, but then they become alive. And they're in Hawaii, I guess part of the thing that they do there is that they do native dances.
Oh yeah.
And so they wear the native stuff, so they have the grass skirt
Yeah.
and the
Grass
ballets.
dance or something. Yeah.
Anyway,
Grass skirt dance.
it's
yeah.
these women, they're dressed like this, and they're lined, I think I see 3 of them. And I'm looking up at them, and they're holding these pieces of fire, and it represented sort of like the Statue of Liberty.
Oh.
So they were holding up these pieces of fire like that. And that's all that I saw there.
Huh. That's a strange one.
Yeah, that's weird.
No idea what that way is. Pure or not, I don't know either.